This month, April 2024, the most significant month of the year to most astrologers. Many says it's the start of the new beginning. April 8th is solar eclipse, same time a new moon. Therefore, April 9 is the start of the new annual cycle. This is believed so in Feng Shui, the past 24 years, where number 8 is the significant or lucky 8 number. This year marks a new cycle for number 9 being the new 8, and it's gonna be for another 24 years. Therefore, making this month of April a very, a lot of powerful transformations for ourselves and the world around us. So, how to understand better, manage well, set any expectations? I will be sharing this all with you, so stay tuned. Hello, beautiful souls, and thank you once again for tuning in. This is Din, your woman in mission. I'm a wife, a mom of 2 boys, a woman in business, and an awakened soul with a mission to provide a supportive platform for individuals navigating life's challenges, seeking abundance and purpose. This is more than just a podcast. Here at Awakened Soul, there's no judgment, only a safe space for authentic expression and genuine connection. Okay, so first, let me just set this straight. This month's energy, which I will be sharing with you, is connected to the Vedic astrology energy. Although, personally, I also resonate with the Western astrology, which is why on the latter part of this episode, I will also be sharing Western energy forecast by Master Aries. And it's just more of the shorter version and just, going through the important parts or note. And so if there's one thing I came about astrology, that it's actually very deep. And you need to spend so much focus on continuous learning about the planets and its energies and how it's actually affecting us. And so I know most of you can't really relate so much when others talk about all the astrological jargons. I know it's difficult to understand. So here in my podcast, since I plan to have this on a regular basis, I'll try to make it easier for you to understand. I'll cover the hard part and I'll share with you the most easiest way to understand so that it's also relatable. And just a bit of disclaimer, as I'm still just, studying right now, I'm no expert of sort, but this is all like a collective energy forecast by experts. And special mention to the Vedic life coach, Sylvia Suryodoha, and among others for this episode. And also, of course, just a quick sharing, because some of you may wonder why Vedic astrology. Well, actually, since I discovered this, I have been given better understanding of my life path. Because, Vedic astrology considers all planets, nakshatras, and fixed zodiac signs, the positions and the movements, and their influence in human life. And this make it more accurate and dependable. While the Western astrology, on another side, is more focused on the psychology of the individual and their experience of life events. So on this explanation, I just don't want to justify further because this is more of like a free will. If you feel you can relate to Vedic astrology, then so be it. If you can relate more on the Western astrology, then so be it. Because this is more of like just a general forecast. So it may affect or also not affect your sign. It will actually depend on your natal chart. And when we talk about natal chart, it's more of like the accurate date of birth, location of your birth, and most especially the time of your birth. So results may actually vary and will be felt differently by everybody. So just check whatever resonates you and your life. So, okay, let's now dive in. And as what I shared from the previous episode, which is about solar eclipse coming this April 8th, it is really something to watch out for because, as I mentioned, this cycle happens only every 18 and a half years, 18.5 years. I won't be explaining it here further, although I explain it on episode 6, lunar and solar eclipse. So if you haven't listened and you're just probably curious about this, why 18.5 years? So you can tune in on to that episode. So this solar eclipse is one of the most significant date this month. I also shared that there are some of the major big events that happen in the world every 18.5 year cycle. And this is because of the Rahu and Ketu nodes that are present when the sun, the moon, and the earth is all at the same line. So it usually signifies storms, extreme events, emotional events, stock market crash, wars, and more. Now, is this can happen on the day of the eclipse? No. But it's just the beginning because the nodes of Rahu and Ketu is here to stay until May of 2025. That's just so sad. Yeah, of next year. So you can expect a life-changing event on this planet. But also, this solar eclipse, since this is connected to Mercury energy, and this time Mercury is situated exactly at 0 degrees retrograde between the sign of Aries and Pisces. This is actually a big sign that something we are not aware what will come out to light. So now that you know, just don't be scared. At least you're aware and you're ready for it. Okay, so now let's go to April 3rd to April 24. Mercury is going to be on retrograde. And this is important that we understand this and aware of this because normally when Mercury is on retrograde, this is when communication is affected or delayed or can go astray. So anything about communication, like, a lot of miscommunications may happen. So if you happen to experience this, it's because of Mercury retrograde. It's Mercury retrograde's fault. Or even, for example, just a delay of flights or anything that could be communicated improperly. It's all about Mercury retrograde. So what's important is how will you react to it? So now that you know that this is also the cause of the Mercury retrograde energy, you know better. Because sometimes when we don't think and just react harshly, that's the start of disputes or misunderstanding. So remember, just always take that deep breath and just let it slide. Remind yourself, not worth it. It's never worth it, guys. So just let it slide, really. And sometimes, from little disputes, that's how big issues come up. Or it turns out to be a very big problem or misunderstanding. Normally, we're not supposed to pay so much attention, but because we did, and then it turns out to be like a big fight or something. So there. So not only that it's Mercury retrograde, but from the April 9th to May 10th, Mercury is also debilitated. Well, when Mercury is debilitated, it makes people out of their mind, not thinking clearly, obsessive, compulsive with the Rahu's energy. So observe how people around you are, and if you found someone talking insanely and thinking insanely, you know now why. And Also, to Virgos out there, Virgos is actually ruled by Mercury, so also be careful during these times. Just a little reminder. Avoid getting yourself into trouble. Take care of your health. Get some good rest. Eat healthy. Avoid so much of travels. And also, it's because your energy is weak. But this time is actually good for artists to express themselves. But just make sure to take note that it can affect our logic thinking, the communication, or concentration because it's Mercury. It's powered by Mercury, and Mercury is always about communication. April 10th, this is one explosive energies because Jupiter plays a big role in here, and Jupiter is a planet that brings a lot of positive vibes. But due to its conjunction with Aries and Uranus, and since Jupiter expands, so this month is really all about the big awakening. People will be awakened like never before. Also will represent independence and that sense of individuality. Another event is going to be on the April 20th. This is what they call as the Great Awakening Uranus. Uranus rules energy and electricity. So expect the unexpected changes. And it's going to be shocking. That's why you will be awakened. Because Jupiter in the sign of Aries represent new birth. New transformation is happening or gonna happen. And since Uranus rules technology, expect the likes of AI, electric cars, and any form that relates to technology because many will be opening. And since this is a beginning, it will also go through birthing process. And birthing process is actually painful, but it's a must. We need to go through this. So expect that this month of April is also the start of new birth and beginning. Now next is the April 21st. Meteor shower, not meteor garden, will happen, and the next return of this will actually be on 2095. Year 2095, because this visit happens every 71 years. So when a comet visits our solar system, it sends a message to announce a significant event happening. Remember that there are no coincidences. These are critical but special energies. So remember that when things gone bad or something unfavorable happens, you have that power to manage and handle yourself. But of course, this is not for everyone because again, it will always depend on your natal chart. The time you were born, the day you were born, and the place where you were born. And guys, if you are still tuned in, I'm sure you have so much thoughts in your head by now. Some of you may feel worried or anxious. But let me tell you this, that this world is always about balance. You won't find good if you did not find the bad. And you won't be up there if you did not experience downfall. So I need you to shift that thought, that mindset, that rather worry this and that, just get yourself ready. Get yourself reminded. So when the time that you're actually experiencing it, you will think, it's okay, I know this is gonna happen, and there's so much more to it after. Remember, it's your new beginning. So it's actually the same as sometimes like when a project did not prosper. It happened to me last year, like I was expecting something like of a good deal that's going to happen, but it did not happen. And I was just trying to reflect my thoughts like, it's okay, maybe it's just not meant to be. And I know that something big there is waiting for me. So it did not happen, and after 2 or 3 weeks, I found out that it didn't happen for a reason, and I was actually grateful that it happened because it actually protected me from something that's, it's gonna really cause me so much of a problem. So I'm actually so grateful that it didn't happen. And guess what? After a week or so, a bigger deal came. And I'm like, so it's fine. Because when you learn to let go and you're giving that space where the negative thoughts are, you're actually giving that space for something positive to come in. So it's fine. Before I wrap up today's episode, I want to say, as always, thank you so much for staying and spend your precious time with me here at The Awakened Soul. Guys, seriously, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you can share your reflections or stories, or if you have questions, as long as I can answer you on the astrology part, I would be happy to help. Just feel free to connect with me anytime on my Instagram account, and that's wondermom.ph. That's W with an A. Hope to hear from you. Also, if you feel connected to what I've shared today and want to join me on this journey of growth and discovery, please subscribe to The Awakened Soul, and please do follow The Awakened Soul on Spotify for more updated energy forecast. And The Awakened Soul is also available in Apple Podcast and other podcast platforms. Thank you once again in advance for your support. It really means a lot to me. Okay, so now guys, I know that I already informed you that I will be sharing the Western astrology version. This is from Master Sri, so if any one of you has been following him, you can actually also check him out on YouTube. He's very helpful on this, and he's also giving a lot of life advices, which is actually very good to whoever is actually listening or watching his YouTube videos. But if you don't have so much time, and since you're already tuning in here, I did already some of like the highlights of his April energy forecast video. So here we go. Let's just make it quick and there. So for the month of April 1st, what he calls the blast from the past. And you will actually get visits from people who you haven't seen for a long time, or you haven't really connected for a while now. So it could be your ex-boss, probably wanted to rehire you, or probably if you owe them something. So I don't really know about this. And also it could be a partner or a business partner or a friend, or if there's anything that has not been expressed before that will come back to your life again this time. And remember, how we react or respond would matter. Of course, it's better not to react, but you can always respond with love and kindness. And also remember to make sure that you are aligned with your actual goals right now, and of course to the future. Just avoid getting drawn to the past, because it's really very normal that the feelings will reoccur again. Those pains, I hope you don't have the hate. Yeah, all sorts of those feelings will or might probably reoccur again during this period. Okay, and then next is April 4. This is about the feelings and relationship. If you have any blockages that's stopping you to supposedly enhance those relationships, or if you have those blockages that's stopping you to say things or to just express your emotions or your feelings, or just in case also if you have any questions around any of your relationship, this is the best time to approach the person involved. Just approach love or this relationship fearlessly. It will give you and will help you to get that clarity to move forward and expand, whether it's good or bad. Now, I already have shared this about the solar eclipse, and this is actually the pink moon. So witness what is resurfacing from your partners, business partners, friends, family members, relationship, any kind of relationship, and see what's coming out, because you will find out the truth. and how, again, you will react and transform from here. How you are going to accept the challenges and start working on them. Or I hope you won't panic. Well, all those choice is yours. Now, April 10, as what Master Sri says, this is just a minor energy, but he suggests that you wake up nice and early this morning because you will feel all the creativity, feel the opportunity, and you can also do this on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of April, around 4 or 5 in the morning. If you can wake up, if not 5 to 6 in the morning is good. It's best to ground your feet, sit on meditation, and free your thoughts and see what the universe throws at you. Get ready to have that pen and paper because you will receive all these downloads, and just basically get ready yourself to get all these ideas, and most importantly, have some action. Don't just keep on getting. Like what I've shared to one of my episodes here, I'm always getting the idea. This podcast alone, I got this idea and push and that urge based on these thoughts, these downloads that I'm getting. So definitely I would see myself on the 10th doing all this meditation while I'm freeing myself and hopefully getting new ideas again for my guidance. Okay, so that's it. So just ground. Go on nature walk. It's also best for grounding. If you're in the beach, soak yourself in the water or the sand. It's actually the best way to connect with nature. If not, you can just actually imagine yourself. Close your eyes and just imagine yourself. You're seated on the park. You're in this big, beautiful trees that's connected to the roots of Mother Nature. Okay, so that's the best grounding works that you can actually do. Now, let's move on to April 15. And this is the time and the best also to do grounding and finding that balance in life. It's the best time for you to actually feel peaceful. Go for nature walks. But remember, this is a Mercury retrograde. So expect messages from old friends or anyone that you have lost connections with. And instead of fearing these encounters, approach them fearlessly. Just seek answers and have that open conversation. And then let's move on April 20th. This is the best time to manifest wealth and abundance. Although some of you may also still experience changes with finances and career, but this change is positive if you only think positive. Like, why did you lose this job or this deal? Just don't go into that victim mindset, because now that you're aware, just try to be positive about it. There's a lot of people that loses their job, and in return, they actually found the career that they want, that they can actually make more money off, same time they enjoy. So just approach this with faith, because Jupiter is on our side. And remember, like what I've said, Jupiter is actually a planet of abundance and expansion. And Jupiter is also the planet of fortune, fame, wealth. So just know that abundance is coming your way. Next is full moon this April, and it's on the 23rd. So this time, you will be forced to make changes in your life. This is highly an emotional time. So to those who are fond of being the emo type, you may experience massive emotional turbulence. So guys, don't dwell into these emotions. Remember, as what Master Sri mentioned, if we allow chaos to flow, beginning will come. So just allow chaos to flow the way it used to be, meaning don't control it. Just let it flow for a reason. We will also receive a lot of downloads during this day, and Just take a lot of action and again, be fearless. Okay, and the last part here, April 29th, the best time for those seeking clarity in relationships. Also, if you're thinking of getting married, if also you are entering new relationships, this is the best time to get yourself grounded and ask those questions if you want to push it or let go. But remember, during this time, Taurus energy is there. So Taurus supports stability. So just ask open questions and trust the universe guidance. So guys, just remember, if you handled your April carefully, setting that intention right and start committing right, you will just be very, very excited for the month of May, because May is the time of reaping rewards. After the turbulence of April, May month may come to be a rewarding month for you. Thank you once again for being a part of this beautiful journey. Until next time, take care, stay curious, and never forget to embrace the magic of gratitude in every moment. This is Tin, your woman in mission, signing off. See you soon!